Very good morning and wishing you a wonderful Wednesday ahead. Welcome to today's episode of Morning Wealth. Three things that we will talk about. Oil down more than 6%. Dallas Chief is one of the hawks and Microsoft Discord deal. US stocks fell on Tuesday as investors digested testimony by the Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell and Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen about the US economy. The S&P 500 ticked down 0.8%, the Nasdaq was down 1.1%, and the Dow Jones was also down 0.9%. Both Mr. Powell and Ms. Yellen said they expect a strong economic rebound this year following the vaccine rollout, but emphasized that the US recovery is far from complete. Powell also said he doesn't expect the 1.9 trillion stimulus package will lead to an unwelcome increase in inflation, but he emphasized that the central bank has the tools to deal with rising prices if necessary. Oil tumbled more than 6% in New York as renewed lockdown measures in Europe and rising virus cases in India sparked concerns about the demand outlook. Both Brent and WTI fell below the 50-day moving average for the first time since November of last year. The small cap Russell 2000 also dropped 3.6%. Treasuries rallied after this week's debt auctions kicked off in a good note. The 60 billion two-year note received solid demand. Even on the 10-year, the yields eased down for the third straight day to 1.63 from about 1.68 on Monday. In terms of sectors, utilities, consumer staples and real estate were positive. All other sectors were negative with materials down almost 2%. Canada's loonie pair losses after the central bank announced that it is winding down its emergency liquidity programs as market functioning improves. The dollar strengthened against every G10 pair but the yen. Asian equity futures are pointing to a lower open. In other markets, the Euro Stoxx 600 edged down 0.2% led by losses in travel stocks. The German government imposed another 4-week lockdown with restrictions over the Easter holiday. Among European equities, Swedish automaker Volvo tumbled 7% after saying that the global chip shortage prompted it to reduce production in the second quarter. In Asia, most benchmarks declined by the close of trading. Shanghai dropped about 0.9%. Hong Kong fell about 1.3%. India's Nifty was higher by 0.53%. The New Zealand dollar depreciated 1.9% against the US dollar after the government put forward a plan to cool the housing market through changes to tax incentives. House prices have seen double-digit growth last year, but these measures could slow the economy as well. Some important comments from one of the hawks from the FOMC. Robert Kaplan told CNBC he is one of the policymakers who advocated for a rate hike at last week's meeting. He sees inflation at 2.25 to 2.5% this year. He said he is not a supporter of using monetary policy to affect the yield curve and expects the 10-year to rise further to about 1.75 to 2%. Watch out for more such comments from FOMC members. It's a busy week this week with a lot of Fed speak happening. In terms of other corporate action in the US, Viacom CBS dropped about 9.1%. The media conglomerate said that it would sell 2 billion of common shares and 1 billion of preferred stock. Cruise line shares are falling amid doubts about the upcoming summer season. Carnival Corp dropped about 7.8% and Royal Caribbean also fell by 5.6%. Results from Adobe's 3.72 billion revenue forecast for the current quarter topped the 3.69 billion estimate. It raised its fiscal year revenue forecast to about 15.45 billion from 15.15 billion and said sales in its main digital media segment could increase 22% after earlier projecting a 19% growth. GameStop also reported they missed on profit, revenue and comparable sales. But because it's GameStop, it swung both between gains and losses in post-market trading. The company named Amazon veteran Gina Owens as its new COO and didn't issue guidance or comparable sales estimates. Microsoft is looking to buy Discord. The software giant is in talks to acquire the video game-focused social network for about $10 billion. This is according to a report by Bloomberg late Monday. It could be the latest and the biggest play Microsoft has made to expand its gaming business following its 7.5 billion purchase of parent ZeniMax last year and the 2.5 billion deal that scored the company the hit game Minecraft in 2014. According to a Wall Street Journal report, Discord also fits with what seems to be a concerted effort by the enterprise software powerhouse to grab a high-profile name in the consumer internet space. Microsoft got close to acquiring TikTok last year. It also made a run at Pinterest in recent months worth about 51 billion. This is according to a report in February by Financial Times. Microsoft, in other words, has its wallet out and ambitions high. It has the means. Net cash was about 75.2 billion at the end of the year, the third highest war chest in tech next to Google parent Alphabet and Apple. And privately held Discord could make for the best fit yet with the company's existing businesses. The San Francisco-based company has amassed a base of about 100 million monthly active users to effectively become the default social network for the video game space. And its business has boomed in the pandemic, with revenue tripling in 2020 to about 130 million. This is according to Wall Street Journal reporting. Do keep a lookout for how this deal transpires. That's the update. Stay safe and healthy, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.